boom, boom, boom. What I don't understand is why when it starts live streaming, it doesn't mute it on my computer. I have to wait for it to start and then mute it myself. Or we'll have a very fascinating echo. Live streaming, it doesn't mute it. Look, it's doing it already. Okay, now I muted it. So welcome to anyone who is joining us on YouTube. We are now streaming also on YouTube. And actually, there's quite a lot of us here on Zoom. We have 38 devices right now on Zoom. And perhaps that's because we have a special service this evening with participation by members of the Artza Committee. Today was Yom Yerushalayim, and that's Jerusalem Day. And so some of the members of our Artza Committee are going to be doing special readings during the service and speaking to us about neighborhoods in Jerusalem. So let's just take a moment as we begin to breathe a little bit. Try to make a transition from whatever your week has been like to this weekend, this Shabbat day, which is also a holiday weekend. I don't know if it feels differently from any other weekend this year. It's Memorial Day on Monday. So some sound just started outside. We are going to begin with candle lighting. So I'm going to share the prayer book to the screen. And it's my pleasure this evening to invite Maddie Kay to do the blessing over the candles. Whenever you're ready, Maddie.
Okay, let me see. O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbos.
Thank you, Maddie. And we turn now to our Kiddush. If you have some wine available to you or grape juice or any beverage of your choice, we are going to be led in the Kiddush by Susan Sisler.
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who, finding favor with us, sanctified us with mitzvot. In love and favor, you made the holy Shabbat our heritage as a reminder of the work of creation. As first among our sacred days, it recalls the exodus from Egypt. You chose us and set us apart from the peoples. In love and favor, you have given us your holy Shabbat as an inheritance. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
If you're able and if you would like, please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher krishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu השבת קודשו באהבו ורצון, הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי באנו וחטא ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen.
Let's be seated. Tamara?
One does not travel to Jerusalem, one returns, one ascends, the road taken by generations, the path of longing on the way to redemption. One brings rucksacks stuffed with memories to each mountain and each hill. In the cobbled white alleyways, one offers a blessing for memories of the past which have been renewed. One does not travel to Jerusalem, one returns.
Thank you. We turn now to Lecha Dodi and imagine the Shabbat as a bride bringing joy and beauty to our special sanctuary in time, Shabbat.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, יאללה, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יאללה, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. שמוע וזכור בדיבור אחד, ישמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יאללה, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, תהי מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יאללה, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יאללה, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, יברך קומי אורי. אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יאללה, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יאללה, 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 פני שבת נקבלה.
We continue with the Baruch Hu. If you have risen, please remain standing, or if you choose to rise, please do. And if you would like to face to the east, we can all pray in the same direction.
La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed, HaMevorach, HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed.
Let's be seated. If you choose, please read with me. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
Ahavat olam bet Yisrael, Amihai Amcha Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbenu, U'v'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha, V'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha, U'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, Ki chem chayenu ve'orech yameinu, U'vahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla, Ve'ahavatcha al tasir, Mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael.
We continue with the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'yavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha, v'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzvacha hayom al levavecha. ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בעיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
All this we hold to be true and trustworthy for us. You alone are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You are our sovereign and savior, who delivers us from oppressors' hands and saves us from tyrants' fists. You work wonders without number, marvels beyond count. You give us life and steady our footsteps. You performed miracles for us before Pharaoh, signs and wonders in the land of the Egyptians. You led your people Israel out from their midst to freedom for all time. When your children witnessed your dominance, they praised your name in gratitude, and they accepted your sovereignty. Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices joyously.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה.
Yvette, would you do a reading, please? Yvette, you're muted right now. Can you unmute?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, please go
Okay,
ahead.
great. Sorry. Okay. Ecology of Jerusalem by Yehuda Amihai. The air over Jerusalem is saturated with prayers and dreams, like the air over industrial cities. Go away, sit down. It's hard to breathe. And from time to time, a new shipment of history arrives, and the houses and towers are its packing materials. Later, these are discarded and piled up in dumps. And sometimes candles arrive instead of people, and then it's quiet. And sometimes people come instead of candles, and then there's noise. And in enclosed gardens heavy with jasmine, foreign consulates, like wicked brides that have been rejected, lie in wait for their moment.
Thank you, Yvette, and your purry friends.
Yeah, sorry.
Please join me. Let's read together. Give us a place to rest, Adonai, our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, hapore sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. We continue with V'shamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם. ושל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Tamara, you have a reading to share with us.
This wall has heard many prayers. This wall has seen the fall of many other walls. This wall has felt the touch of mourning women. This wall has felt petitions lodged between its stones. This wall saw Rabbi Yehuda Halevi trampled before it. This wall has seen Caesars rise and fall. But this wall has never seen paratroopers cry. This wall saw them tired and wrung out. This wall saw them wounded, infiltrated, running to it with excitement, cries, and silence, and creeping as torn creatures in the alleys of the old city, as they are covered with dust and with parched lips. They whisper, "If I forget thee, Jerusalem." How does it happen that paratroopers cry? How does it happen that they touch this wall with great emotion? How does it happen that their weeping changes to song? Perhaps because these boys of 19, born at the same time as the state, carry on their shoulders 2,000 years. By Chaim Heffer.
Thank you, Tamara. And now, as Tamara read that reading for us about the Western Wall going all the way back through history, we turn to our tefillah, an ancient set of blessings that were said by Jews throughout that long history. And so I invite you, if you're able and if you choose to rise and face toward Jerusalem, toward the east.
Adonai sefatai tiftach, ufi agiti lahatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohi avotinu v'imotenu, Elohi Abraham, Elohi Yitzchak, Elohi Yaakov, Elohi Sarah, Elohi Rivka, Elohi Rachel, Elohi Leah. הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר, מושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, לחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מוריד הקל, לכלכל חיים בחסד, לחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, לחיי הכל. אתה קדוש, ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום, יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Let's be seated. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha beyir'ah na'avod. Susan Sisler, you're going to share a reading with us.
What shall I ask of you, God? I have all I need. I lack not a thing. And I ask not for me alone, but for many mothers, children, and fathers, and not only in this land, but also in strange and enemy lands. I wish to ask you for peace. Yes, peace I want, and I know you will not refuse a single request from a young girl. You created a land of peace, and in it is the city of peace, in which stood a temple of peace. But peace has not come yet. What shall I ask of you, God? Haven't I all that I need? I will ask only for peace. Peace, by Shlomit Grossberg, age 13.
Thank you, Susan. We turn now to gratitude. I'd like to invite you, if there's anything you're feeling grateful for this evening, you can type it into the chat, or if you would like to say it aloud, you could unmute yourself and share what it is you are feeling grateful for this evening. Anyone?
Fran,
Fran, go ahead.
my nephew and his wife had a baby girl yesterday, and her name is Emily. I forgot the middle name. I'm sorry, but I'm very grateful that this baby was born healthy. Thank you.
Modim and Nachnu Lach, we are indeed grateful for a new life in this world and in your family. Janice, Isa, it looks like you unmuted yourself. Do you have something to add?
Yeah, well, my son bought me a bike for Mother's Day, and I've been riding that bike every day. And I hadn't ridden a bike in about 25 years, so I'm grateful for my bike and my son. That's it.
Modim and Nachnu Lach. Thank you, Janice. That's wonderful. Mom's iPad, who are you?
Robin.
Robin. Okay.
I poured seltzer on my laptop tonight, so I'm not sure that it's still alive. That's not what I'm grateful for. But I am grateful for that this is the Parsha, the Midbar, and 10 years ago, there was an adult B'nai Mitzvah, and we had the honor of having you as our teacher for 2 years before that, so I'm grateful for that.
Thank you. And Modim and Nachnu Lach for that. That was a wonderful experience. And we had just started talking about getting another class together, but I don't know, who knows what's going to happen now, but that was wonderful. Catherine Haslanger adds that she is grateful for seeing her favorite essential worker tomorrow, who I can only imagine is David Berlin. So Modim Anachnu Lach for that. Robert Rothman says he is grateful for 2 excellent medical reports this week. So Modim Anachnu Lach. Linda Kushner Silverman said she had a picnic on her porch with a friend today, and they sat 7 feet apart, but were able to be together, and Modim Anachnu Lach for that. Alan Zaro says, thank you, Heidi and Noni, for a wonderful way of getting together. So I'm so grateful that all of you are here with us for that. Modim Anachnu Lach. Leah Sofian says she is grateful for the glow of the Shabbat candles and for the power of love. Modim Anachnu Lach. I see that Judith wants to add one.
Yeah, well, first of all, I am very grateful that that you and Noni give us these services every week. I'm grateful that I'm a year older because it's exactly 1 year ago that I had my surgery. And I'm, thank God, doing very well. And I'm just so glad it's all behind me.
Modim Anachnu Lach. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Judith. I also want to add that today has been Patricia Matthews's birthday. So happy birthday to her. We're grateful for her being in good health and being able to celebrate her birthday even in a limited way. Modim Anachnu Lach. Anyone else? Freema.
Well, I'm grateful that we made it through another week, and Larry's birthday is Tuesday, and we're going to celebrate on Monday, and that I got my kubi working.
Oh, really? Is it good?
Yeah, it's wonderful. Go like
All right.
this. It's very good.
For under the table pedaling exercise machines. Glad there's a way to get physical activity inside the house. Modim Anachnu Lach. Anybody else? Pam says she is grateful for the committees of journal and fundraising, and also including Michael Rose for all of their work and their help. Modim Anachnu Lach. I will add that this Memorial Day weekend, we are grateful for all of the people who died in service to our country. So Modim Anachnu Lach for all of them, and we will include them in our Mourners Kaddish later. Anybody else? All right. All right, we continue on to our prayer for peace. Shalom Rav.
Were we going to sing Ritzay tonight?
We were, but we've passed Ritzay now. Would you like to sing it?
Well, we'll save it for next time,
Okay.
even though I had a nice new setting to sing, but we'll do it next week. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amacha, Tasim, Tasim, Leolam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amacha, Tasim, Tasim, Leolam, Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon, Lechol HaShalom, Lechol HaShalom, Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon, Lechol HaShalom, Lechol HaShalom. V'tov b'necha levarech et Amcha Yisrael, et Amcha Yisrael, b'chol eit v'chol shah, b'shlomecha, b'shlomecha, shalom rav, Al Yisrael Amacha, Tasim, Tasim, Leolam, Leolam, Leolam.
And now we continue quietly. If you can see the display on the screen, there are words available for our silent prayer, but we can always use the words that are in our own hearts.
May the one who makes peace in the heavens descend on us, and the world will say Amen. May the one who makes peace in the heavens descend on us, and the world will say Amen. Oh, say Shalom. Bimramav, Hoyase Shalom Aleinu, they all call Yisrael, they all call Yoshvei Tevel, Amen, Amen, they all call Yoshvei Tevel, Ose Shalom, Bimramav, Hoyase Shalom Aleinu.
We turn our thoughts now to those among us and those in our hearts who are ill and who are in need of healing of body, of mind, or of spirit. If you happen to have a prayer book, the Misha Berach is on page 371, or in the online flip book 271. We hold in our thoughts and in our hearts for healing this evening Robert Serpico, Evelyn Urbano, Jesse Sakharov, Ronnie Turek, Ira Weiss, Elaine Drucker, Alan Fremer, Susan Bilecki, Nathan Aaron Robbins, Andrew Mazzella, Jeffrey Levinson, Michael Scott Landisberg, Michael Luck, Alana Beth Berger, Shelley Oken, Louise Dankberg, Jane Berman, and Harry Bower. Continuing with the names that you've sent me and asked me to share this week, if you have names that you did not send in, you can put them into the chat, or I will give you a chance to add them aloud. Sam and Fran Silverman add Vicky Lightmaker, Eddie DeAngelis, Nettie Trommer, Dave Moore, and Mia Gannon. Susan Sisler adds Dolores Weinberger, Ingrid Grosso, Roberta Gotthelf, Audrey Cohen, and Fran Sisler. Linda Horowitz adds Sandy Alphont. Monica Bayer adds Steve Kamholtz. Hannah Roth Seavey adds Joellen Fox. Charlotte Russell adds Barry Strumpf and Selma Carl. Diane Schenker adds Bert Migdal. Ellen Rothstein adds Bambi Polk, Rebecca Rothstein, and Helen Polk. Jane and Harold Gleiberman add Suzanne Leknos and Florence Schoen. Stan Hollander adds John Carfisi, Francis O'Haran, Orlando Aiello, and John DeMaio. Dr. Larry Wolf adds Marla Hirsch and Stephen Kamholtz. Pam Glansman adds Andy Glansman and Ira and Deanna Roth. Patricia Matthews adds Jeanette Riley, Elena Arem, Chanel Kamabach, Warren Feliz, Jimmy Jenkins, Peter Gale, and Paul Kastek. Alan, I see that you're unmuted. Do you have names to add?
Joe Maglio.
Thank you. Hazel?
Bill and Lucy Lamp and all their family, and Sue Ann Fishkin Hurwitz.
Thank you. Rima?
Elaine Gaudet, Ellie Heimlich, Phyllis O'Neill, Sherry Ronick.
Thank you, Freema.
Thank you.
Judith. Judith?
My computer's not right.
We can hear you, Judith. Go ahead.
Lauren, Julia. Yeah, my computer's acting up. Lauren, Julia, Stacy, and Wilma Mauser, Hannah Paines, and Irene Nashina.
Thank you, Judith. Mona?
Freya Cashman, Delphine Wolf, Marlene Unterberger.
Thank you, Mona. Janice?
Ruth Rubin.
Anyone else? Janice?
Ruth Rubin.
Sophie Tuttleman.
Anyone else? Okay. And those of you watching from home on YouTube, if you have any names you would like to add. We also include all of those who have been wounded in service to our country or Israel, those who are currently suffering from COVID-19 or from the measures that we have put in place to mitigate the spread of the virus, and those around the world who have been hurt in other disasters, both natural and human created. Misha Beirach.
Misha Beirach, Avotenu. מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
You're muted.
So what I said was, I'm very sorry I didn't add the people from the chat. So I'm going to do that now for the mourners, for the Misha Berach. Maureen Crystal, Marion McGivney, Jill Gluckson, Ronnie Katlowitz, Tara and Jackson Kushner, Stanley Tenen, Shelley Samet, and Linda Kushner Silverman, Michael Moore, Ruth Rubin, Freya, Angela Marie Tassilo and Lonnie Rusika, Nancy Connor, Michael Datch, Dave Stanger, and Jeff Weissman. So we include all of them as well and pray for them to experience a full and complete and speedy healing. We are going to continue now with our special Yom Yerushalayim presentations. So Ellen, are you going first?
Yes.
Okay, so let me, everybody has audio visual aids. So not audio, just visual, actually. So I'm going to share Ellen's.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. My neighborhood is Abu Tor. It is one of the few Jerusalem neighborhoods with a mixed Arab and Jewish population. And due to its mixed population, journalists, diplomats, and United Nations employees choose to live there. It was developed as a residential quarter in the late 19th century by Muslim and Christian Arabs, and its name in Arabic means the father of the bull or ox. Geographically, it's on the seam. It's a land area in Israeli-occupied West Bank, located east of the Green Line and west of Israel's separation barrier. You can sit on the main stream leading into Abu Tor and observe an endless stream of women with hijabs, men with kippot, children heading to school, or people of all stripes jogging along the road. You can take pride in the new movie theater providing entertainment for both Jews and Arabs, and you feel warmed by watching mixed groups strolling leisurely along the Sheriva Promenade, which winds its way along Peace Forest. And you could observe quick basketball games with Arab and Jewish teens, or hear the sounds of the mosque's muezzin, or chiming bells of a nearby monastery. All this is true. But if this is the comforting story of coexistence you seek, then it would present as a false narrative. This is a neighborhood with two tales. According to Rebecca Bardach, my primary source for this piece, who is an American from Berkeley, California, living in Abu Tor, she was until recently the director of Hand in Hand, an organization that builds inclusion and equality between Arab and Jewish citizens of Israel through education. And I found out quite accidentally that Liz Fisher knows her and tried to get me in touch with her, but it didn't work out. Rebecca describes Abu Tur in the following way. As you walk along Naomi Street, the main road, you see the typical white stone buildings, solid and respectable, but not fancy. Next slide. And then, as your eyes travel along the curving hills, it comes to a gray wall that snakes along the horizon and blends with the curves of the hillsides. It is the security barrier dividing Israeli and Palestinian areas. And you can see it really, if you look between the two sets of houses, you can see it. I don't know if that helps, but it's there and it's gray. The white stone buildings, as you walk down the hill, are looking more and more rundown. Garbage is everywhere because trash collection is irregular. The smell is awful. And on the narrowing streets, the sidewalks disappear as cars are parked on them, and people walk in the street and are worried that the cars barreling down the street will run them down. It is definitely a tale of two cities because the story of Abu Tur is defined by separation and difference. One stark difference is the fact that 2,000 Jews hold sway over 13,000 Arabs. History is full of larger, weaker populations being subjugated by much smaller populations. In Abu Tur, the disparity is seen by children who go to separate schools and separate community centers, have their medical needs tended to at separate health clinics. The police stop by passerby and check IDs of Arabs, but never Jews. That sounds familiar. Violence erupts periodically with Molotov cocktails, stones, and the like. And Jews really communicate with their neighbors in Arabic. So ending on a nice note, so is there any hope? As of February 2019, many, including Rebecca Bardock of HIH, refused to accept that the difficult reality of Abu Tur is immutable or inevitable. Her organization established Max Rain Hand in Hand Jewish Arab School. The Beit Micha Neighborhood Daycare Center was open to help Arab and Jewish hearing impaired children. And the Jerusalem municipality has recently committed significant budgets toward upgrading the East Jerusalem's infrastructure. We have a choice, says Bardock. Life in the Seam Line neighborhood can make you hateful or hopeful. What kind of Jerusalem do we want to invest in? Thank you.
Yasher Koach.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ellen. So I think Yvette is going to go next. Is that right? You need to unmute, Yvette.
Says unmute. Okay. I'm going to be talking about a very different neighborhood. With all the emphasis in Jerusalem on Jerusalem as an ancient biblical capital or as an epicenter of current political or religious strife, one overlooks Jerusalem as a vibrant modern place, fun to tour or even to live. Let me tell you a little bit about the German colony, a neighborhood in Jerusalem which is southwest of the old city. The German colony was established in 1873 when Matthaus Frank bought land from Arab residents for the German Templars, a Christian group from Germany which had succeeded from the Lutheran Church and whose members wanted to live in the Holy Land to await the return of the Messiah. This group believed in brotherly love, simplicity, and frugality. The Templars built houses in a German style with shuttered windows and slanted tile roofs, using Jerusalem stone in place of wood or brick. Over time, German nationalistic ideas took root in the community, and during World War II, there was an active Nazi movement. The British government, which ruled Palestine, deported all of the Templars as enemy aliens. Today, this area is trendy and popular with many English-speaking and in particular American residents. I'd like to show you some photos of some buildings in the German colony and then a short video featuring the main street, Emek Rafaim. So now we have you have the pictures, okay. Thank you.
Do you want to say anything about the photos, or should
No, I just wanted to give a flavor for the old-fashioned traditional style there, and then go into the modern street.
All right, you ready for the video?
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, here it is. Do you see it?
Welcome to Emek Rafaim. It's a great place to enjoy here. It's a fun place. It's chill, it's modern, it's hip. You have restaurants, you have a couple bars, you have a good place to sit, nice cafes, different things to do. I like the number of the different sorts of restaurants. It's like you can get so many different sorts of food here.
I just wanted to show you how much, how American it is. All these signs in English, you know, you could feel right at home, you know, actually.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Yvette. Susan.
Yes, I am going to talk about the neighborhood of Machane Yehuda, which is a central Jerusalem neighborhood and was established in 1887. And its main attraction is the very well-known open-air market dating back to 1928, known as the Shuk. Do we have that photo, please?
You indeed.
Thank you.
Here it comes.
Various pictures of the Shuk with a lot of food. The neighborhood itself is very rich in Jerusalem's history and embraces all the largest religious groups found in Israel's capital throughout the years. Some of the most sizable and respected yeshiva are also found within the perimeters of this colorful neighborhood. We'll get to that in a moment. So Machane Yehuda is on the north side of Jaffa Road, and it was planned and managed by a consortium of Swiss Christian banker Johannes Frutiger and his Jewish partners Joseph Navon and Shalom Konstrom. By the end of the 19th century, it encompassed 162 homes. It was originally occupied by upper middle class residents, and it then became a working class neighborhood beginning in the late 1920s. Today, the neighborhood is part of Nachalot. The Machane Yehuda, the Shuk, is located across the street from the neighborhood and was named after it. Machane Yehuda was actually named after Joseph Navon's brother, Yehuda, who died at a very young age. Beginning in the late 1920s, the neighborhood began attracting working class Jewish immigrants from Kurdistan, Baghdad, and Aleppo. The lower middle class and poor Baghdadi immigrants continued to speak the Judeo-Arabic vernacular. They ate their traditional cuisine, and they also retained the traditional ways of arranging marriages. Can we show the second picture, please? Thank you. Machane Yehuda is the home to 8 synagogues. These include the landmark Zohare Chama Synagogue, known as the Sundial Building, which is pictured. It's open for prayer services throughout the day. The 3-story stone building with a wooden attic, originally there was also a 5th floor gallery, was constructed atop a Machane Yehuda apartment that was purchased by Shmuel Levy in the early 1900s. The building was originally designed as a hostel for 50 guests, with the synagogue on the 3rd floor. 2 other synagogues of note, the Silvera Synagogue and Beit Midrash, posthumously named Zechut Aharon, was established by Senor Aharon Silvera of Aleppo on the upper floor of his 2-story apartment in Machane Yehuda. The Degel Reuven Synagogue, also on a 2nd floor, was founded in 1893 for the Mizrahi Jews. So the neighborhood is known primarily for its diversity, for the shuk, and for the synagogues. The shuk is definitely a place to go in Jerusalem for great food, now with many real restaurants, a hangout for younger adults, and a shopping paradise. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Machane Yehuda is indeed amazing. And nowadays it turns into a giant bar at night, and people can sit outside they put tables outside the little stands and people hang out. And it's lovely. We are going to continue with the singing of the Israeli national anthem, Hatikva. And so I will invite you, if you are able, to please rise.
Nefesh Yehudi Homiya Urfatei Mizrach Kadima Ayin Letzion Sophia Od love Hatikva Hatikva Shnot Alpayim Liotam Chofshi Be'aretzeinu Eretz Zion Yerushalayim Liotam Chofshi Be'aretzeinu Eretz Zion Yerushalayim.
Let's be seated. We are close to the end of the Omer, but we are still counting the Omer. So we're going to do that together now. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer. Hayom arba'a ve'arba'im yom shehem shisha shavuot u'shnei yamim ba'omer. Today is 44 days, which is 6 weeks and 2 days of the Omer, which means we are less than a week away from Shavuot. And we continue now with the Aleinu. Let me just share the prayer book again to the screen. And I will invite you again if you're able and if you choose to.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latit gedolah leotzeh bereshit, shehu noteh shamayim v'yosed aretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mimahal, Ushchinat uzo begavhei meromim, Eloheinu ein od, va'anachnu koreim, u'nishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'ne'ema Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom ha'hu yihyeh Adonai echad, u'shemo U'shemo echad.
Let's be seated. And Ellen Rothstein, I believe you're gonna, oops.
Okay. The earth grows still. The lurid sky slowly pales over smoking borders. Heartsick, but still living, a people stand by to greet the uniqueness of a miracle. Ready, they wait beneath the moon, wrapped in awesome joy before the light. A girl and a boy step forward and slowly walk before the waiting nation. In work garb and heavy shod, they climb. In stillness, wearing yet the dress of battle, the grime of aching day, arid, fire-filled night. Unwashed, weary unto death, not knowing rest, but wearing youth like dewdrops in their hair. Silently, the two approach and stand. Are they of the quick or of the dead? Through wandering tears, the people stare. Who are you, the silent two? And the reply, we are the silver platter upon which the Jewish state was served to you. And in speaking, fall in shadow at the nation's feet. Let the rest in Israel's chronicles be told. Natan Alterman.
Thank you, Ellen. We turn our thoughts now to those who are no longer with us, our loved ones who have died in the past days or weeks or months, or in past years at this time of the year. We remember those who have died in the past year. If you have names to add that you did not send me already this week, please put them into the chat, and I'll also give you an opportunity to say them aloud if you prefer that. Martin Shankin, Solomon Tatelbaum, Sean Singer, Jeff Harris, Sammy Berger, Rabbi Kenneth Roseman, Chaim Braunzweig, Harry Baylor, Ben Schaefer, Shirley Hyatt Tobias, Myron Klein, Ted Tobias, Sandy Gannon Abel, David Ribler, Bess Newman, Buzz Lorch, Benjamin Benjamin Elwood, Edward Albino, Joseph Davis, Jerry Charon, Gary Zeitlin, Sean Devlin, David Levy, Lenny Drucker, Beverly Tredinick, Evelyn Pincus, Rita Spiro, Beatrice B.J. Jacobs, Melvin Jorgrau, Gloria Katzen, Lorraine Elner, Amanda Corwin, Mel Paul, Nigel Grant, Benjamin Resnick, Robin Silverman, Jeanette Zarrow, Claire Strauss, Roberta Kessman, Joshua Steiner, Andrew M. Cohen, Netta Albray, and Roz Kirschenbaum. Janice Issa adds Ashraf Tosin. Manny and Fran Arnowitz add Heather Billups Piazza. Lestrice Langer is added. Linda Kushner Silverman adds Seth Kushner. And Fran asked me to call on her. Fran Arnowitz? Did you have another name to add, Fran?
No, but Heather died on Sunday. She was a member of Beth Shalom People's Temple. She was 47 years old and died of lung cancer after suffering for years. And this just blew us away. Thank you.
Thank you, Fran. I'm so sorry to hear about that. We also include from Jane Paley, Levester Thompson Jr., Hannah Roth Seavey adds Ronald Bedell Seavey, Ruth Belay adds Rita Belay, Mara Minsky adds Sally Wadman, Eric Platt adds Abby Sheck, and Jane and Harold Gleiberman add Arthur Roski. On our yahrzeit list today are Tamara Kerner's friend, Joseph Berger, Lotta Bloom's son, Robert L. Bloom, Edward Chepnick's mother, Laura Chepnick, Jocelyn Joseph's husband, Erwin Josephs, George Liss's sister-in-law, Charlotte Lebov, and his cousin, Sylvia Roberts, Joel Moss's father, George Moss, and Rosalind Baylor's brother, Samuel Rosampeak. And I will just ask one more time if anyone else has names they would like to add. Judith?
I notice on the list is Lillian Weiss. She was, I believe, one of my aunts, great aunts.
Thank you for that. Mona?
David Sutherland.
Okay, thank you, Mona. Anyone else have a name that they would like to add?
Susan Hanson.
Thank you for that.
I believe Debbie might be trying to say something.
Is Debbie on?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Please, go ahead.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Hi, shalom. I just want to mention my friend's mother, who was always mentioned by me for almost a year, Marilyn Hartman. She was very special to me.
Thank you so much, Debbie. Anyone else? Okay, we also include, as I mentioned earlier, all of those who died in service to our country, serving in our armed forces over the years of the existence of our nation. And we include all of those who have died of COVID-19 here in our city and around the world, and those who have died from other causes, whether in war or famine or terror or disaster, or alone and homeless on our city streets. That was supposed to switch over to the prayer book. Do you see the prayer book? Do you see? Yes, thank you. All right, we turn now to the Mourner's Kaddish, and I invite you to participate according to your own custom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehe shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit aleh, v'yit halal, shemei dekudesha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran ba'alma v'yimru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to the bereaved here among us and wherever they may be. And let us say, Amen. Let's be seated.
Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru v'imru. Amen.
And now I would like to invite, Eric to give us the announcements. There you are. Oh, go ahead.
Good Shabbos. I'd like to thank Maddie and Susan for leading us in candles and Kiddush. And I'd also like to thank the Arts Committee for participating in the service and giving us a taste of the neighborhoods of Jerusalem. It was very well done. Tomorrow, we have our new Members Shabbat. So I'd like as many of you to come to welcome our new members to the congregation. And before the service is a yachad, and that's always very well attended, and it gives us a chance to connect with each other. And there are a number of things coming up and also remember Tuesday at 1 o'clock is the Torah study class led by Sam Silverman. If you're interested in participating in Torah study, contact Sam. And next weekend is Shavuot, and we have confirmation. So it's a lot happening, and hold the date of Saturday, June 6th for our another Saturday night, a variety show telethon. We have a lot of great talent, and you'll really enjoy the event. And don't forget, since we're not in the building, please send tzedakah for and send tzedakah through the our website, or send a check to the temple office. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Eric. We are going to close with Yerushalayim Shel Zahav, which I'm going to share to the screen, which I'm going to, here it is.
Avir harim salul kayim, vereach horonim, nisa beruach harbaim, im kol pahamonim, uftar de matilan vaiven, Shuya b'chaloma, ha'ira shebadad yoshevet, uvili b'choma, Yerushalayim shel zahav, v'shel nechoshet v'shel or, halo lechol shirai, Ani kinor, Yerushalayim shel zahav, v'shel nechoshet v'shel or, halo lechol shirai, ani kinor.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha Shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine on you and be gracious to you. May God lift God's face toward you and give you peace. Amen and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.